So first I want to give a shout out to the largest prison protest that currently was launched yesterday, led by the Jailhouse Lawyers Speak organization. This is a protest happening across the country, at prisons across the country, for incarcerated folks fighting for their rights. And I think it's really important that we remember even our incarcerated folks are human, and we have to treat them with humanity. I think that's very important. On that, I think, DARE has already done a lot of great work trying to prohibit discrimination against formerly incarcerated folks in housing, particularly in public housing, and I think we can start trying to do that on a private level as well, making sure that people are not blocked out of housing because of their incarceration status, unless with the exceptions around whatever requirements they have, but usually that's only with public housing. We need to make sure that formerly incarcerated folks have access, as well as making sure that family members taking in or people who are coming out of incarceration are protected, right? So like, if your son or husband or child just came out of prison and needs a place to stay for a few months, you should not be losing or get evicted or losing your tenancy because you were trying to help a family member. Or a friend, really, frankly. Right? We need to increase transitional housing funding for folks coming out of prison, and we also need to look at what is happening in our prisons to keep our incarcerated folks from being able to make those transitions. We need to increase education programs. We need to remove barriers to licensing and workforce training that happen in prisons, and we also need to have a minimum wage in our prisons. We need to have our incarcerated folks be making a wage so that when they leave, they can actually afford to have a home. And then our First Source ordinance, which requires local hiring, also requires that anyone receiving city benefits does not discriminate based on a record. So we need to be enforcing that law as well.